this. Let's take a break. We've got it coming. I will tell the rest of this story later on in the night.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Are you getting all the benefits you need? If you have Medicare, you may now be able to get new benefits. Benefit include eyeglasses, gym membership, meals and hearing aids with low copay. To find out which benefits you qualify for and find out your benefit you need call Medicare. Our instant sure agent look up your current benefits, tell you what additional benefits are available to you. It's just one call. Tell the doubles you prefer, the doctors you want to see, and if you want prescription drug coverage. The service for you have no. You may even find zero monthly plan premiums, zero copays, and critical care coverage benefit out there, and we'll help you get them. Call 800-991-7014. 800-991-7014. That's 800-991-7014. And let Medicare do work for you.
Ever thought about remodeling your bathroom, but were worried it would take too long or cost too much? Then stop worrying. Right Jiggy Bathroom has selection custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you enjoy your than ever before. It's a worry-free bath model from the most trusted name in the business, Jiggy. Who's out system your existing space? It's no medicine. With a selection, factor certified install, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-763-8517. That's 800-385-17. Now you're set off it with us for 12 months. Pilato to walk hours for experience. If you lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to fill your bathroom for a verbal in hope. Call 17. That's 800-763-8517.
Eat something all the dogs hope that Ajax can't off. But we can't do it alone. So let's go to the Jiggy Jaguar Show. Check out Jiggy Jaguar Copper.
You work hard to provide a better family. You have a tax bill that you can't afford to pay. The IRS wishes to put on your bank account to ignore the. You need help, and you need it now. Give us a call now, and we'll create a plan of action for you that we guarantee work. Stop the harassing phone calls, stop letters, stop beach goals. But importantly, put an tax nightmare once and for all. If you have a tax debt $1,000 more, call the Tax Pros at United Tax A. Representatives are standing by to assist you. Call 800-678-7027. That's 800-678-7027. Call now.
.me/AF35360F. A credible marketing partner listed in Transmedia worldwide. That's right. Prabush Ishra Pera has launched a campaign to raise £6,500 to contribute toward the cause of education at Hampton University. We'll be pursuing a project a lifetime to pursue master's degree in project management at Northampton University, which is recognized as one of the universities in the United States Teaching Excellence Framework. That's T. He's an international student to use his student loan to pay his master's degree studies, so we need your hard-earned money. Go over and help today. Helping a master's degree in project management. Over GoFundMe.com. Me.com. Give him your hard-earned day. He needs your money to be successful. Right now.
The Jaguar Radio program is on the network.
Yes, we are. We are live. We are two coasts. We are on the Facebook. Okay, I was talking before we went to break about a story that took place over the weekend. I'm talking about these beggars. They're all the articles. You see them all more. You see them all. And I should do like a regular segment in this show or a video series on these. I've started seeing people ever since the nonsense, as I like to call it. Oh, but it's nonsense because I had it before it had a name. However, Michael Nagy and Mom vibed, so. But, so, I read wrong. I read it. But these beggars. Like, I seen a guy one time out there in pretty nice jeans, gets the line yards. He was been, and when he went and hung out in his trailer, he had like a camper. The other day, I'm against these people, and there's this Asian woman. She was an Asian woman. And she had two little kids. And she was like, for milk. She was like, we need a gallon of milk or a quart of milk. Or, my children are starving. I don't know why they sound like from there from New Jersey, but okay. Hey, I need to give my kids some milk over here. I'm like, bring some milk here. My kids need some good milk. She didn't say any of that. She just said, "Need the milk, need the milk." It was Asian. And my mom still knows. She's like, "Well, I'll give you, let's around. They need milk." And she's like, "Hey, give some money." She didn't need the milk. She wanted the money. Okay, I told her the guy at the taco, when Brittany had bought way too much food, had burritos, the whole 9 yards. This guy comes in and he goes, I'm hungry. And she goes, "Well, we got plenty of food here. You can have some." And instead of him getting our address, writing me a letter, and becoming my damn pen pal, I went ahead and he's like, "No, I want to order off the menu." You want to order off the menu? So these people are called professional homeless people. That's what they're called. I need the money. She dice. She died clay. We'll put that up on our, up there. Pro homeless. That's what we'll call it. Professional homeless people, as they say. Okay, we have got Herbie J. Pilato we are going to go to here in just a few moments. He has a brand new book, and we will talk to the fantastic Herbie J. Pilato, that man, this man. We'll talk to him a little bit later on. Oh, I was going to send a message to the man, the myth, the legend, the biggest star in this business. Where in the world is that? I had a stats. I had like a graphic. I had some sort of graphic. I don't remember the graphic. I need to go over here to something. We'll figure it out here. Herbie J. Pilato is going to be with us here in just a few moments. And he will be with us, and we will chat with him about all sorts of things. There's Herbie J. Pilato. I believe we have our guest joining us today here on our broadcast. Herbie J. Pilato is with us. Herbie, how are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good, actually. Pretty good, actually. You are amazing, my friend.
Oh.
You have just, and now that we know we can do video for you,
Yes.
we're going to do all sorts of things with Herbie in the future because he is amazing. So Herbie, you have got a brand new book coming out. It's like you always have books coming out, my friend.
It does seem that way. It's amazing that I'm still singing. Allegedly.
So, by the way, that photo, if you're watching us on video, if you're watching us on or rolling these little gummy photo, that is amazing. I just want to point that out.
Of course, I have written 2 books about her, Wish Upon a Star and The Essential is a Thumb.
So, your latest book, let's talk a little bit about the new one that's counts. Yes. You see it on your screen. She gets on video. Here it is. It is fantastic. So tell me a little bit about this. It's a Christmas-themed book, friends. We're getting the holidays.
Yes, I wanted to call the 12 Best Secrets of Christmas, Treasure House of December Memories Revealed. I had wanted to do this book for a very, very long time. Essentially, it's 12 memories of my childhood at Christmas time, growing up in Rochester, New York, my hometown. And I took those 12 memories and divided them into 12 chapters with a message from each of those memories, a secret, if you will, a secret message of Christmas and what it's all about. And it's not just, it's for all cultures, for all holidays that share love. It just happened to be my experience, as a Catholic and a Christian, and I grew up as that, but I always respected all good religions and all good cultures, and I tried to universalize my Christmas message for all holidays, where you celebrate love, or where love is celebrated.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, you usually write books about famous people that you've worked with over the years, or people that have been icons of the television industry. This is a departure from that. Tell me a little bit about why you decided to do that, my friend.
Well, actually, I mean, I always wanted to do it, and it just was not happening. You know, in publishing, you're pigeonholed just like everything else. It's like, you know, so I wrote these books about Elizabeth Montgomery, Mary Tyler Moore, classic TV. You know, I've written for the Television Academy about classic TV. I've hosted my own, you know, TV show. Then again with Herbie J. Pilato on Amazon Prime, the founder of the Classic TV Preservation Society. So, you know, in a way, I kind of pigeonhole myself. So I would approach these different publishers. Hey, let's do a Christmas book. And it's like, yeah, but Herb, you know, you wrote about classic TV. So, you know, finally, I worked it out with a wonderful publisher, Archway Publishing. And we have done a hardcover edition, a paperback edition, and an e-edition. And all of them are available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. So it was something that, I mean, I don't know if I could have written it in 1992 when I did my first. You know, I don't know if I was that mature enough to appreciate the essence of Christmas. I was always a sensitive child, but I think that this book just happened when it was supposed to happen, because I was a primary caregiver for my parents, and that changed me. And, you know, as you get older, you see differently. So I don't know if this book could have been done in 92.
Well, you put a lot of work in all your books, and so I'm assuming that this one you put some extra effort into. Take me through the writing process of bringing this to life, my friend.
Well, it's my whole heart and soul. It was probably one of the easiest and yet most difficult books I've ever written. Easiest such that I didn't have to do any research, because all the research is in my head and in my heart already.
That's right. That's right.
But you want to get it right, you know, and you don't want to sound like, okay, was it really that perfect? Well, of course it wasn't that perfect world, you know, and I talk very realistically about all elements that all families have. For example, if we could talk a little bit about Father Knows Best, one of the things that I learned about Father Knows Best is that people said it was a charming little show and everybody loved each other all the time. Well, that's true. They argued and laughed and cried like real families. So I wanted to definitely include that sense of realism in this book and not give this projection that I had a perfect life, because I didn't. But what we did have, and what I was blessed with in this world, was a very loving and devoted and very large family. Both my mother and father had 10 brothers and sisters each. So not only was every holiday a party, but every day was a party. You know, it was somebody's birthday, you know, where we all had, I don't know, 5 or 6 different houses that were in a 5 or a 7 mile radius of each other. But our house, Erie Street, and this is a picture of it, my house back in New York, in Rochester, it was the hub. It was the original homestead, even though I had the right, but it was the original home of my mom. Her 9 brothers and sisters, or 10, whatever. And so when my family was, we still come visit Erie Street every morning for coffee, every night for a party, or a night for a coffee. And next door, my mom was my mom's Aunt Elva, who married her, and they had a daughter, Evie, who was like a sister to me and Mr. Pink. So all in the house. Christmas next door, so it was XX, NXT, but next door. It's a big part of the book.
Well, the book is amazing. What has been advanced reviews that people have given you, that maybe friends or close colleagues? What have they said?
Well, I have to say that many of my friends happen to be in the classic TV world, and what I'm especially excited about is that Dean Butler, star of has written the book, and Jay Howes with a terrific from Summer of '42, The Brady Brides. He did, the announcer. He was the announcer in the 1980s for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. he's written the
That is
introduction. So,
amazing.
not to mention that, Dean Butler's like, Little House on the Prairie, and Jerry's last name is Jerry Hauser.
It
And
all
this
works.
book is a treasure house.
You did this today, you evil genius.
Well, I asked Dean, I go, Dean, would you write the foreword? He's like, yeah, I'd love to. Jerry, I go, Jerry, would you? He goes, yeah. I mean, just blessed. And that's from the foreword. They had people like, Rich Thomas of the Wall. May I read what he says here? Herbie J. Pilato has prepared for us this delicious feast of Christmas secrets, which he serves love. Spend the holidays with this delightful book. It will warm your heart. And so many other classic TV celebrities, everyone from Karen Richmond and Barry Williams from the Brady Bunch and Kathy Coleman from Land of the Lost. And it's just, they've all endorsed it. And those endorsements open the book. The secret endorsements, I call it. So.
Well, I'll tell you, this book, absolutely amazing. You've put a lot of time into the book. What are you hoping people get out of this?
Book. What's that?
What are you hoping people get out of the book?
I want them to, and the general reader, a lot of people in Rochester have read it, and also certainly other readers who are not celebrities have read it, and they all say the same thing. It's like, your childhood was like mine. And, you experienced
awesome.
The same things I did, and your childhood Christmases were like my holidays. So we're not as different as we think we are. There's only so many ways, and yet so many different ways too, to express love. And yet love is love.
Yeah.
And Christmas certainly celebrates that. And whether you're Jewish or whether you're Protestant, Catholic, Christian, whatever, we'll have families, if we're blessed enough, that share certain days, and we all experience maybe different holidays, but in the same way. And that's what I wanted people to get from this book, which, by the way, I dedicate to, what do I say here? I dedicate the book to, dedicated to love, however it may be expressed and experienced by anyone of any culture, heritage, creed, political party, gender, sexual orientation, or spiritual belief. In addition to this book, dedicated to love itself.
That's awesome. That is tremendous. Herbie Pilato is, of course, the 12 Best Secrets of Christmas, a treasure house of December memories revealed. He joins us today here via the Mansfield Skype-a-rooney. And Herbie J. Pilato has been sharing stories of his youth at Christmas while growing up in the 60s and the 70s for years. He's been talking about this, and he's finally put this all into a book. This is amazing. This is just amazing, my friend.
You watched Rudolph, right?
Yes.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Yes. Total TV classic, my friend.
What was it that you loved about Rudolph?
I would have to say just the fact that it was written well, and it was put together, and it just got you for whatever reason. I don't know. That's the only thing I can say, my friend.
Well, it's really one of my first Christmas memories. I mean, it kind of like signaled the Christmas holiday to begin. When Rudolph was going to be on, you knew,
yes,
Christmas, And I talk about this in one of the chapters. I give a deep review of Rudolph, but also what it meant to me. And, it debuted, I think it was 1964. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm 4 years old. And we used to have a silver Christmas tree. Remember those?
Yes.
That what do you call it? It was a circular tree, electric. Yep. You plug it in, and then it had the circular multiple rainbow lights that made it shine. Because we didn't put lights on it, but a light would shine upon it to make it sparkle.
Yes.
So we had it folded up, of course, in the box downstairs next to all the other Christmas decorations that we storaged. And one of those Christmas decorations was the red bells. So when Rudolph came on, and when I saw it advertised in TV Guide, I'm like, Dad, come on. we got to go downstairs and get the tree out of the box and put the Christmas bells up because that's what it's all about. You know, and he would say, this kid never stops. He never stops. And I never did.
And I never did.
I was very
That is tremendous.
animated then. I don't know if you could get that from this interview. But yeah, and Rudolph was to me because I picked up a kid. And Rudolph was picked, you know, but he was not allowed to play in all the reindeer games. So I kind of identified with that, like many young kids did. And, you know, I was very athletic, but I didn't play sports. You know, I just wasn't into it. I was singing or dancing arts. And so Rudolph, you know, had this shiny, different, you know, an outsider, whatever.
Oh.
So, but Clarice, his beautiful little girlfriend, she didn't care about his nose. No, she loved him. So that was just so tough. And so many beautiful songs. You know, there's always tomorrow. So I knew that I had to include Rudolph in this book in some capacity. And on the cover of the book, in the image, there is, which is done by Carol Munchie, by the way, this genius artist from Rochester. It's a beautiful rendering. That's really the core outline of my house. That's how it's there by Rochester. But here they're up, and there's Santa in, and then here's the red bells I was telling you about. And this is where Uncle Carl and Herbie used to live, and they had 2 Christmas trees one year. So they've got 2 Christmas trees.
2 Christmas trees.
It was like a little toy land.
Like a little toy land. That's awesome.
Yeah. Big, you know, writing Christmas cards every year was a big deal in our house. We'd get the sponge out for the stamps. We didn't lick them, you know, or we were smart enough to lick them. We didn't lick the envelope because they go to George's girlfriend.
I was ready to bring that up.
But before us.
That's right.
Everything was a big deal, you know. And Christmas, we used to decorate. You know, we didn't have a fireplace, but we'd have a fake one. You know, we'd get like a red, one of those paper mache. So I just loved writing a book, and I'm touched by those who already read it and bought it and loved it. It made me feel that, you know, I did hanging in there. It took me about, it always takes a long time to write. This with me, it didn't take me long to write. It took me long to get it published.
We've got Herbie J. Pilato with us today. Of course, he has the fantastic brand new book, The 12 Best Secrets of Christmas. And it is amazing that he has, the foreword is written by actor Dean Butler, best known for his roles on TV classics like Little House on the Prairie and The New Gidget. The book's intro is written by the legendary actor and voiceover artist Jerry Hauser, who appeared in iconic movies like The Summer of 42, and who was the announcer for the Christmas TV special Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And Herbie joins us today here on our big broadcast. So, Herbie, another thing that happened fairly recently is the passing of Tony Dow from Leave It to Beaver. Talk to me a little bit about, his career and some of the different things that he was able to accomplish over his time on this plane.
Well, Tony, I had known Tony, and I interviewed him for my book, by the way, which I happen to have here, Dashing Daring and Debonair.
That's right.
And there's Tony's picture right in the corner.
Yeah.
He was just a sweetheart of a guy. I remember when I posed, one of the times I met him was at one of the autograph shows, where the celebrities go across the country at whatever. And he came to the one in L.A., and I wanted to take a picture with him. And this is after I interviewed him for my book, a couple years after. And so I put my arm around him, and I'm getting ready, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I said, I got a pimple on this side. We better go on the other side so no one sees my pimple. And he laughed. He goes, oh, jeez. We got to worry about your pimple. Here I am, standing next to one of the heartthrobs of all of classic TV. And I'm worried about a pimple on this side being shown in the photo. But he was down to earth. He was unaffected, just like really Elizabeth Montgomery, my fave.
Yeah.
And I'm always attracted to those kinds of stars who, have so much, and yet they don't think they're better than others. And he was like that. And the great thing about him, too, is he was Jerry Mathers, who was another sweetheart. they did a show called The New Leave It to Beaver in the 1980s, which my cousin David worked on, David Leaf. And I had asked him, geez, I'd love to be on the show somehow. This was in the 80s when I was really pursuing that. I never got a part on it, but there's one episode where Tony Dow, I think, or Eddie Haskell, or not Dow, but Tony talking about a tough gang member that they had known in the original series from their high school days. And they showed this picture of him from the yearbook. Well, that was my picture.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I made it in the show. But Tony, he reinvented himself. He became a director. He directed episodes of The New Leave It to Beaver, I believe.
Yep.
And sitcoms like Coach.
Yep.
And then he was Arthur person. He was sick law. It was a great loss all the way around. And what was he, 70?
Something like that. Yeah.
That's still too young. That's still too young. He should. No one should leave this before 100 today. I really.
Well, he was fantastic. I know that, and that was another thing that I wanted you to talk about, is the fact that he had done more than just Leave It to Beaver. A lot of people, a lot of the press clippings and some of the things I seen online, and that's all they talked about. And I'm like, come on, he did a little bit more than just that.
Yes, he did. He did a lot of serious work. He did the TV show Mr. Novak, which was like the first educational, like Room 222, Welcome Back, Kotter show, but it was an hour drama back in the early 60s or something. Yeah. And then he did some My Three Sons.
That is awesome.
Yeah, he was like this Leave It Beaver star. And there's a scene where he's at the table.
I will have to hunt that down.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Oh, I gotta look that up.
He's at the table with Don Grady and Stanley Livingston and Tim, the older son. I can't think of his name right now. Forgive me. So he's like, he's sitting. There's Wally sitting in the kitchen with My Three Sons. It's fantastic.
That is fantastic. I will have to look that up. That's amazing. So, what do you hope people? I guess. What are some of your goals for your book, the 12 Best Secrets of Christmas? Or
I want this to be a. I want people to pick up the book and feel loved. I want them to feel the same memory, same kind of that I felt. I want them to bond with those memories and to realize that it's not just me. It's not about me. It's about all of us. I want them to feel happy. And in today's world where everybody is so divided, we've got to start focusing on what makes us the same. And what makes us the same is that we all have the ability to love. And, I don't agree with everything that everybody else says, and everybody else doesn't agree with what I say. But it was always like that. But for some reason, it's become more divided. And whether it's because of social media, where everybody just loves giving their opinion and creating division, I don't know. But we need to understand that we are a lot more alike than we are.
Yes, I totally agree, my friend. Well,
now, speaking of which, the other person that passed away this year or recently is the great Nichelle Nichols.
Yes.
From Star Trek.
Star Trek.
And I wrote about her in my previous book, which this was the sequel to, Images in the Girl Next Door. She was all about, as Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek was all about diversity.
Yes.
And different,
big thing
working together on this ship, which was representing Earth and going out to space together in unison. I don't know what the heck they're doing with the new Trek today, but I don't know what's going on with that. It's like an alternate universe Star Trek, whatever. But the original was about love and acceptance, and that's what this book is about too. So,
well, you are just an encyclopedia of old television and movies, which is part of the reason why I love talking to you so much, my friend. Are you planning on writing another? Are you working on anything now that this Christmas book is done?
Yes. I just finished up my Sean Connery biography. It's in editing right now. I'm still working on the Diana Rigg biography. I have a biography coming out next year, or supposed to be completed next year, on George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, a book about those two and their partnership in their most iconic movies. Not all of the movies they did, but their most iconic movies. And then I'm working on a sequel already to The 12 Best Secrets of Christmas, which is going to be called The 12 Best Secrets of Summer. And
That's awesome.
that I'm also, because I was raised in the inner city of Rochester, but for some reason I was blessed to spend my summers in Honeoye Lake in upstate New York, Canandaigua Lake, Lake George, Waterport, New York, Niagara Falls. I had relatives who had summer homes in both of those places, so it was really kind of amazing that I got to spend time there. So, of course, summer was a special time for me, and it seemed to be the natural sequel to The 12 Best Secrets of Christmas to do a book called The 12 Best Secrets of Summer.
That's awesome. Well, when that Sean Connery book comes out, let me know, because I would love to have back to Sean Connery, because I really saw again, which I'm sure you talked in the book, Highlander 1 and Highlander 2.
Oh, yeah.
And,
yeah. He loved them. He's great in those movies.
He did.
This purple thing.
Those photos all over the internet. People love that.
But what I loved about Sean is that he worked hard not to be James Bond. He's so diversity. You know? He had issues with being Bond, but it made him a superstar. And no matter how much he did work to not be Bond, he will always be Bond. And many movies, that's like an elderly Bond. That's like a senior James Bond.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the movie with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
So always a little bit of Bond in everything he did. He was James Bond.
Yeah.
He was James Bond.
Yeah. Well, I
don't care. All the other ones that came after, even this guy Daniel Craig, very nice job, but no one compares to Sean.
Yeah. No, none of them. Well, Herbie, you are amazing. Before we let you go, how do we get your latest Best Secrets of Christmas?
You can get it in several ways. You can go to Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. You can walk into your bookstore and order it, or you can come to at HerbieJPilato.com and you can personally sign copy. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. If you want to contact me through any of those platforms, that's cool. And I will gladly sign the copy or the back edition. Or, by the way, any of my other books about Elizabeth Montgomery, Dashing, Daring, and Debonair, Glamour, Gidgets, and the Girl Next Door, Mary, the Mary Tyler Moore Story. All those are available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and through my website. Or, as I say, contact me Facebook, too, and you can order books personally to me.
Fantastic. We'll be doing this, Brand. As always, on your projects, I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, James. You're always, as I've said before, you're always so welcoming, and you're a terrific host, and I appreciate it, and I know all of your other guests do as well.
Yes. Well, thank you, Herbie. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, sir. There he goes.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Fantastic. Herbie J. Pilato. He is amazing. And we are going to take a brief time out, and when we come back, we got the old big broadcast, coast to coast, and Boda to Boda. I believe Sandra Lee is going to join us on the other side. So, for that, let's take a break.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Are you getting all the benefits you need? If you have Medicare, you may now be able to get new benefits. Benefits may include eyeglasses, wellness visits, gym membership, meal delivery, and hearing aids with low copay. To find out which benefits you qualify for and to find out if you're getting the benefits that you deserve, you need to call Best Medcare. Ernst Insurance can look at current benefits and tell you what additional benefits you. It's easy, just one call. Tell us the deductibles you prefer, doctors you want to see, and if you want prescription drug coverage. The service is free and you have no obligation. You may even find plans with zero monthly plan premiums, zero copays on services, and zero deductibles. You deserve every Medicare covered benefit out there, and we'll help you get them. Call 800-991-7014. 800-991-7014. That's 800-991-7014. And let Best Medicare work for you.
Have you ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it take too long or cost too much? Then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodel experience so you enjoy your room to the worst tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and limited lifetime warranty. 800-763-517 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 2 months. Replace that old bathtub date with a walk shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for years, it's time to remodel your room for a verbal appointment. Call 763-517.
Jaguar Show on the Jiggy Jaguar Radio Network.
You work hard to provide a better life for your family. The only problem is that you now have a bill you can't afford it. The IRS is threatening to garner your wages and put a levy on your bank account. You can't ignore the IRS. They go away on their own. You need help, and you need it now. Give us a call now, and we'll create a plan for you that we're into work. Stop the harassing phone calls. Stop the threatened letters and garnishments. Stop any bank levies. And most importantly, put an end to your tax nightmare once and for all. If you have a tax debt of $10,000 or more, call the Tax Pros at United Tax Fix today. Representatives are standing by to assist you. Call 800-6